Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another knife review for you. This is another custom piece that I picked up over Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys are having a good Labor Day weekend. I am. Uh, this is a very, very special custom piece that I picked up. I'm going to show it to you right now. Here it is. This is the Horn Slimbuvu knife. This is actually a takeoff on Horn's more popular version of this knife, which is called the Imbuvu, the Horn Imbuvu. I had to get this piece because, word of mouth was that Horn will be retiring soon. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's still taking orders. I know that because I just ordered an Mbuvu from him right after I got this knife. I have to have the other one as well. So I picked this one up at the Blade Gallery, as I get all of my custom knives from. If you live near a custom knife store, particularly the largest knife store in the Northeast, custom knife store in the Northeast, you're going to go to it quite often, and then you're going to pretty much deplete your funds getting fantastic knives like this. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with some size comparisons. Word about this piece. This is a slim knife, but it's not really a small knife. So basically, it's a long knife, but it's not small in any way. It's slim, but it isn't small. Definitely a very, very cool piece to have. So let's go ahead and do some size comparisons real quick, and then I'll talk about the knife. Here it is up against the Spyderco Swish Bowie. These are the same old freaking knives I do every time I get a custom, because I don't have very many production knives anymore. They're all gone, and I traded them all in to buy stuff like this. So here it is now up against ZT-0900. Both these knives here have been anodized by TWS777 Troy. No last name. The guy does fantastic work, as you can see. So there you have with the size comparisons. So let's do it up against another one that everybody knows, very, very popular, even though you may not have one of these. This Chris Reeve Sebenza 21. So as we can see, it's a huge knife. So let's go ahead and talk about the details of the knife and what I feel about it and what I love about it. First of all, the knife is a front flipper. Okay. So basically, you hold the knife in such a fashion, and then you flip it using your thumb. It'll just shoot out. It doesn't take a lot of pressure because this knife is very, very smooth. I can't. My camera's too close. I wish I could show you how smooth it is, but yeah, it's a very smooth knife. The knife only runs on washers. And it just keeps getting, the knife just keeps getting smoother. You do have to find the little nub on the knife in order to open it, but after a while you hold it in your hand, it's really not a problem. There you go. So, I mean, you really can, after a while it becomes a very, very addictive flipper. So let's take a closer look at the knife. So the knife has it's called it's got G10 with a twist. That's the design that Horn was going for on it. It's a very, very clean tactical looking knife. It just has the screws in the front, and it's got a pocket clip, which is very rare for Horn. Horn does not do pocket clips, so that's another reason why I had to have this knife. And then on the back spacer looks like it's an integral piece, but it's actually not. There's G10 in the middle, and then you've got these titanium liners with this sort of twist file work to match the twist on the handle. Very, very inventive, very, very nice. And of course, that twist design goes all the way around to the front of the knife, as you can see. So it's really just a very, very beautifully designed knife. The knife is incredibly light. This knife is as light as a feather. Definitely was surprised at how it felt. I'm also very surprised at the action of this knife, considering that it only runs on washers. The larger version of this knife, called the Mbuvu, the blade actually falls shut, and it is it's a much larger knife, and that knife has a little bit more heft. But he created this knife called the Slimbuvu, a takeoff on that piece. There's his name right there, as you can see, De Horn. And if you look closer, I don't know if I can bring it closer to my iPhone camera, but it says right there, Nitrobe 77. That's very, very important. That is a steel that De Horn is exclusively using right now. As far as I understand, there's maybe a couple of other South African knife makers that are using it, but he's the one that is basically using it, and everybody knows he's actually using it. I got to tell you one thing too, folks. The steel Nitrobe 77, this thing kicks butt. This guy is incredibly sharp. So sharp. I am going to show you how sharp it is. Okay. That is how crazy sharp the blade. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look at this. I mean, it is a steel that I don't even own in my collection. I've never even heard of it. And that's basically the effect that you get from using the steel. It is absolutely incredible. This thing is razor sharp. I am very lucky that I did not hurt myself or even injure myself using this knife, because I have used it to open up a couple of boxes. It's been, I mean, eye-opening, to say the least. The pocket clip is all titanium, so let's take a look at some of the other specs on here. Maybe so you guys get a better idea about size. Thank God the Blade Gallery gives you these, so gives you all the information on the knife. So the cutting length is actually 3.6 inches. The total length is 8.5 inches. The total length of the knife is 8.5 inches. At the heel, blade height is 0.0. The blade thickness near the bolster, which is near this area, it's 0.7, and then also at midpoint, it's 0.7, and then as you look at the knife, it tends to sort of thin out as you get to it right about here, so then it goes down to about 0.03. The entire knife weighs only 3 ounces. Like I said, this guy is as light as a feather. It's like you're carrying a razor blade in your pocket. Again, it's machined G10 anodized titanium liners, and it's got that twist design. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love the color blue on that. Absolutely beautiful. I love the way the knife is completely enclosed. That's a real sort of like a turn on for me. I love that look. I don't like those half G10 space back spacers. It just kind of ruins the continuity and the appearance of the knife. I would rather just have standoffs if they're going to do that. But you know, that's for the design of the guy who made the knife. You either like it or you don't like it. If you don't like it, then you don't get it. It's that simple. Everybody knows that De Horn is one of the fathers or forefathers of South African knife custom making. The guy's been around for years and years and years. He is, I think he's going to be retiring soon. I'm not really sure. But he's done a lot of innovations, and you can tell the guy's a master, because I don't know how in the world he got the knife to be this smooth running only on washers. I mean, my Spyderco Swish Bowie is pretty smooth also, but it's something about the way he did it in here. I don't know. Maybe he did something special inside this knife to the washers, because it's just ridiculous. I wish I could show you how smooth it is, but I don't want to like hit my camera or anything. I mean, it's difficult for me to maneuver without hitting the camera. Yeah, see, I can't do it. I don't have enough room to show you, but I have done it, and the knife swipes close very, very easily. Like I said, the larger version of this knife is right around, I believe it's like 3.7 inches or something, right around, which is the Imbuvu. That knife, I've held that knife at the Blade Gallery. My friend Jeff at the Blade Gallery, he owns one of those Imbuvus, and the blade fell shut. I couldn't believe it. The reason this one does not fall shut is because it's a very light knife. The blade is very, very thin, but you can definitely feel how smooth it is. You know, just closing it, it's very smooth. So this is really just an amazing. It's an amazing knife. It really is. De Horn really put some serious thought into it. The ergonomics on this piece are incredible. I mean, I hold it. There's no hot spots anywhere. The pocket clip doesn't. I don't even notice that the pocket clip is there, really, to be honest with you. And like I said, De Horn doesn't do pocket clips on his knives. The reason he doesn't do pocket clips on his knives, and I'm guessing, this is just my opinion, is the fact that if you take a look at his website, De Horn Knives, a lot of his knives are art knives. They're not really for everyday carry. So, I mean, if you're looking for a piece to sort of dress up your collection, De Horn's the guy to go to. That doesn't mean you can't use his knives. You can. It's just that you may not want to, because a lot of his knives are incredibly elegant, way more elegant looking than this knife, and this is a very elegant looking knife. He did some really amazing designs here with this G10, and I love the way he continued to design with the liners in there, in a sense that this has got a twist on it, that twist texture, and then he said, well, it looks like the liners need to have a twist on it. So your eye has something really nice to shift to when you show it to people. It's just a really fantastic conversation piece. Like I said, this is a real everyday carry piece. This is not one of those knives that you're gonna save queen and not use, and you're gonna use this knife. I've already used it. The knife is just absolutely fantastic. For those of you who are, who know De Horn or heard of him, you may have heard of the Spyderco De Horn. It's the same guy. Same guy made this, the Spyderco De Horn, made this knife. This is one of his custom knives. One of many. If you take a look at his website, you'll see he's got a ton of designs. I'm pretty sure he's got back orders for a lot of stuff. So if the guy's retiring, it kind of makes you wonder, why is he continuing to take orders? But I'm glad he's taking orders, because he took my order from my Mbuvu, and I really can't wait. So there you have it. The custom Slimbuvu by De Horn with Nitrobe 77. It is a great cutting steel. It's an insane cutting steel. Nitrobe 77. People have not heard of it. I know I haven't heard of it. But again, like I said, De Horn is using the steel almost exclusively. There may be one or two other South African knife makers out there that are using Nitrobe 77, but I don't believe you'll find it in any other region custom knife maker at this time. De Horn's the only one that's using it. I believe my friend Jeff at the Epicurean Edge said he actually owns all of that. All of the Nitrobe 77 left in the world. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I was told. But my friend Jeff, he knows this stuff pretty well. He does work down at the Blade Gallery, and they have two of these right now. So if you're interested in picking one up, head on down to the Blade Gallery, bladegallery.com. tell the folks down there, you know, my good friends down there, Moosey and Daniel, tell them Omar sent me, said you had an Mbuvu, I'll take it. The price tag for this knife is probably going to make you stop, but you have to think. De Horn is a legendary knife maker. That's another reason why his knives are so expensive. You guys realize that when you are getting a custom knife from a knife maker who is on the rise, the prices are fair. I don't want to say reasonable, but for a custom knife, yes, they're fairly reasonable. Anywhere between as low as like $350 going all the way up to about $500 usually, or $550 depending on the materials used to make the knife, is where you'll be with those sort of knife makers on the rise. With De Horn, prices for his knives, they actually start right at $750 and they just keep going up and up and up. I picked up this knife for $825 at the Blade Gallery, and I'm telling you guys, it's worth every freaking penny. I have not put this knife down since I got it. I still haven't put it down. I'm still flipping the hell out of it. It's just blown me away. I guess what I'm really saying is that De Horn's age, his experience in knife making shows in this one piece. It is just absolutely incredible. Pick yourselves up one of these at thebladegallery.com. Once again, this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off. And I hope you'll find one of these pieces of sharp art in your collection. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found this as interesting as I enjoyed making it. Thanks so much, and God bless.